You good?
Rolling.
Rolling. What's up, everybody? Out here on the west side of Kauai at Station 7 with the fire department. Just finished a group PT session, smashed the workout, and now we're just doing a little talk story. So I'll hand it over and all these guys will introduce themselves.
Aloha, my name is Imai Karate. I'm the fire captain out here on the toolbox crew. Grew up in Kekaha. We work out here at the YMS station. And I want to thank Tiger for coming out.
Yeah, let's go.
How's it, guys? My name is Kauai. Same thing like Cap. Born and raised out in Kekaha. Just a firefighter out here in Waimea. You know, thankful again for making the connection with Tiger.
Let's go.
Coming out here, getting to work with us.
How's it, guys? Jay Schaefer, the operator on this crew, born and raised in Kauai also, and yeah, thanks Tiger for coming out with us.
How's it? My name is Kelly Malu. I just go by Malu, but also from here, raised in Hanapepe, and firefighter out here in Waimea, and yeah, just super thankful for being out here with these guys and working out.
Okay, lowest hanging fruit. First question. Everyone wants to know, why'd you become a firefighter?
You know, I never grew up having like one dream for being one fireman. Initially graduating high school, my dream was actually for open up one gym out here on the west side. Actually, kind of do the same thing that you're doing. You know,
let's go.
Help the youth, like, you know, expand. There's so much talent out here on the west side, but no real outlets for the kids. But you know, I kind of grew up in the fire culture. My dad was a battalion chief, and before I graduated college, I was kind of forced to take the test. And I was told if I passed prior to graduating, he would pull me from school. And you know, initially, I never really liked the idea. I didn't score high enough the first time. It was super competitive, but when I graduated college, you know, I realized how awesome of a job it would be, you know, being able to help the community and stuff. So
let's go.
Yeah, I was super motivated to get in when I finished school, and you know, I was fortunate enough to get the opportunity to work and end up being back on the west side, help the community that I was, you know, raised in. So, yeah.
Love that answer. Solid. Awesome.
Yeah, for me, I don't know, ever since I was young, I kind of always wanted to be a firefighter. I don't know, my dad kind of told me before he wasn't a firefighter or anything, but he should be. That was a good job. But I know, like, growing up, like, out from a young age, at least intermediate, on my career day projects is always to be a firefighter. And
that's
also
awesome.
When I went to high school and everything, and you know, I planned to go, college, do fire science and stuff, and I started, never finished. And then, you know, I was lucky enough to get into the fire department at a young age. Actually started off at the base, crash fire over there.
Oh yeah.
Originally, and then, you know, a few years out of high school. Then I went to crash fire at the airport, and then now I'm here. So
let's go.
20 years or so.
Yeah.
Been doing it. So.
Solid. Solid.
Yeah, my story is actually super similar to Jason's one. Was never really thought about it until my dad was like, oh, maybe you should try them. And then same thing, high school, all of my stuff was all firefighter stuff. And then in college, I never finished because I was in the middle of college when I took the test, and luckily got in, and here I am now. So yeah, but super lucky. And like Kai was saying too, just working out here in this community is a community we was born and raised in. So wanted to come out here and work at this station and whatnot, so super grateful for be out here this early too.
Let's go. Cap.
Yeah, mine is also similar to theirs.
The
but
common
I got an
theme.
experience. My one is I vividly remember the first time I seen the helicopter.
Yeah.
They were out here at Waimea Park actually, and they were paddling down from the helicopter. And I forget how old or young I was, but I just remember thinking, you know, it's incredible. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And from then on, I was just like, it seemed like the coolest job, you know. And it's funny because now I'm the head trainer for helicopter ops in the department.
That's
so
awesome.
It's funny how full circle it gets.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's my story. And for me, similar to all of them. And actually all four of us is something I'm proud of, is that we grew up in this community.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the more I work out here, just the pride we get for take care of this place.
Yeah.
You know, like for myself personally, I like be the guy on scene if something going wrong with our family, with our friends. I want to be there for them, and I can guarantee everybody will feel the same way. So, yeah, super proud of that, and I think, you know, having that desire to help other people, you find that a place for that in the department. So that's kind of what drew me to here.
And I would say this is only my second time hanging with you guys, but you can feel that when you're here. You can feel that sense of pride that you guys got, and yeah, I didn't know that you're all from this area. But it definitely, now that I understand that, or you shared that, it makes a little bit more sense. Because I remember the last time I came, I was like, it's a solid group of guys. You can tell that you guys are really invested in your community, and it makes more sense. You were the kid looking at the helicopter, and now you're the one training the guys coming off the helicopter.
Yeah, crazy.
You know, we always taught our guys, too, especially all the new guys when they come, like we like it's always the same thing, but it's always true. Like for us, we're all from here. We know everybody in this community. Like, you know, good or bad, we hear from somebody from a call, you know what I mean? So we always tell them, make sure you're on your best behavior, doing your best job, watch out, everybody watching, and they don't tell us. So
It is different being a first responder in the community that you grew up in, because everybody knows everybody. Like you said, good, bad, and ugly. It's all coming down at some point. Everyone's going to find out, right?
Yep. We get the phone call before we get back to the station.
not joking.
Not joking. Okay, this one, you guys kind of answered the second question already about some of what you love about being a firefighter. The second question would be, you guys PT as a shift every time you guys are here together, yeah? Every time you guys are on shift together, you guys are doing some form of PT. Tell us like some benefits of that, right? So like I'm biased because I'm in this world, I get to see it and I'm around it, but maybe for the broader community that doesn't get to, like, what's some of the benefit you guys see physically, mentally, emotionally, team dynamics, camaraderie, showing up to a call and looking across the guy away knowing that you guys PT? Like, tell us some of those dynamics of working out together.
Everything you just said, pretty much, you know. For me, and building off what we was talking about, you know, our community that we take care of. Two main things I think for me is, one, it is our job to be ready for response. You know,
it's good.
We got to go from 0 to potentially 100 at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
And knowing that we can do that on the physical side. There's a lot of preparation that goes into being a firefighter. Well, just the job itself, there's a lot of preparation there. You know, that's education, training, but the PT is one of those parts that we kind of go overlook, because that's our capacity to actually carry out the skills.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's good.
So for me, it's very important on that side, because this is our job. It's what's expected of us. And then the second thing I would say is that the team dynamics is, and for me, that's maybe even in some ways more important, because for us, and we preach them all the time, especially to the new guys that come here, is that the teamwork is probably our best tool we have. And being able to, there's something about suffering together, you know?
I agree.
Suffer together, you
100%.
experiencing the same pain.
Yeah.
You can understand each other.
Yeah.
And we build on bond over time. You see each other's strengths and weaknesses. You know, Kauai sitting next to me pushing. Shucks, I gotta push too. You know, and the captain here, I gotta do it too, bro. You know?
That's
or
right.
maybe you're the guy pushing everybody.
Yeah.
You know, and somebody's struggling. You know, we encourage them, because you got this. You know, no rest till you power.
So
Push
good.
one more.
So good.
It's like I would say it's on small team building exercise we can do every day, and there's so many benefits. But we see them on the calls. You know, we go to calls. I get 100% trust in these guys that we can carry out what we do, because we've created that trust that we built.
Yeah.
You know, working together. So the communication, the trust in each other. We went to one RIT training not too long ago where we had to go in, full turnouts, rescue and down firefighter, pull them out, and I was super proud of that, because you know, we did it efficiently, quick, and nobody was gassed at the end. Everybody wanted more. You know, and that's attributed to the training we put in.
Yeah.
You know? And then I could pick a couple calls and rescues we've been on where we got to go in and hike somebody out, carry
Yeah.
somebody out. We're just the teamwork, the communication, when to push, when to pull with each other, give and take. We've built that, I want to say, a lot just
Yeah.
right now.
And how long have you guys been on this shift together?
Mom was the one that came in last,
latest, almost a year ago now.
Okay.
I think 1 year. Yeah.
And you guys have had calls though where you notice, hey, like we're handling this.
Oh,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rescues.
Real life
we're
scenario.
on our own, and,
That fires.
yeah, fires. So.
Yeah.
And I got to give credit because actually I came onto this crew and there was already that culture of the toolbox culture of everybody working out together. And, for us, I felt like I had to carry them on. So hope we're doing a good job of that.
It's funny, Cap mentioned like pushing each other, and he took notice. You get one little red flag on your hat, so we're going to just touch on that a little bit. For us, like we love the push, and it's always like what Cap said. It's like, you see the guy next to you pushing. It's like, oh, I gotta
Yeah,
push too.
gotta
Especially
go.
we get guys like Malu. It's like I'm the second youngest on the crew, and Malu is 10 years younger than me. So it's like, oh, we gotta keep up with the young buck. So the red flag culture that we get is we always make one workout. Just like how we did this morning was supposed to be super easy, and someone always adds to it. It's like, hey, what if we did this? What if we added that? And
Yeah.
our simple workout
Yeah.
turns into one of the hardest workouts we did for the day. But
Yeah.
then at the end, we're like, oh, that was, why did we even do that? But that's kind of the stuff we live for.
When I see the red flag on your hat, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, no.
And this was prior to the workout even starting, and Cap was like, "Should look at Tiger's hat." I was like, what is that? It's like, it's right there in front of us. And sure enough, But yeah, it's like what Cap said, being able to trust the guy next to you. Like we get to, misery love company.
Yeah.
And we get to suffer out here and see how hard we can push.
Yeah.
And like we know, like we're down in the trenches out here when we PTing, and
Yeah.
it's like if we can do that as a team and suffer, we know that when we do like simpler tasks, we're like,
Yeah.
oh, like we can handle, like we don't even got to worry about these guys.
That's
And,
good.
at the end of the day, the guys on your crew is the guys that you're gonna have to trust with your life.
That's right.
If things happen,
100%.
and I would trust my life and my family's life with these guys any day of the week. Like
Yeah.
I put my crew up against any other crew. Like, bro, we get
I
after
love
it for
it.
sure. So.
I love it.
And it starts from the top,
Yeah.
Like Cap and Jace, they definitely push us.
Of
to the
course, I
limit,
see it.
so,
I
yeah.
see it. And this is not a plug for Florence Marine by any means. But I love Florence Marine is awesome. I just met with Joel Centeo. He's the manager of the Hawaii, GM or whatever, and he's awesome. I remember watching Joel Centeo surf growing up, and they're fully down. They support first responders. They're epic. But I love the red flag because growing up, you seen the red flag is a high surf warning, you know what I mean? Like, and it was like, okay, we're on then, There's a sense of like when things are the most critical is when you're on,
Yes.
right? And that's the idea behind it. But we got to train that way, right? I can't just expect to have it on that day. Like, oh, it's red flag day. I wish I put the PT in. I wish I put the tactics training in. I wish I had the firearms training. Like you said, you go 0 to 100, and you don't want to be the guy that wishes he'd taken training more seriously on that day, right? But you don't know what day that is.
Could be any day.
Could be any day.
Yeah. No, like just touching on the teamwork stuff is like a, working together, just doing something fun and dynamic together. Help on the calls, like Cap was saying, sometimes like we just wink and we know that how the guy's thinking. So it's, that is teamwork. And he helped, for make everything run smooth and everything. And like
That's awesome.
like what Kauai was saying that Malu is the youngest guy, he's the second, and then Cap is the older guy is on the crew, but we take pride in that. Like me and Cap, we're not gonna let these young guys win,
That's right.
So it's always
That's right.
it's our motivation that for the guy, it's like secretly on challenge every time. Fuck, we're not gonna let these guys beat us. So,
I love it.
They're not afraid to rub it into.
yeah.
That's what you do, though. You earn that.
Our goal is to get them to weigh 50. At least weigh 50. We're not gonna let young guys beat us. So
Yeah, let's go.
it's kind of hard, kind.
I like that.
You can see how fast.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we get a little bit more 250, and it is creeping up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny too. Like on we get on our Instagram, we send each other like workout stuff, like new things and
Yeah.
whatnot. So we get on group message with all us, and then get the older 40 and over stuff for take care is what you mean him. So said each other stuff. Oh, this is what you gotta do when you 40 like that for you know the secrets or whatever for stay young, healthy or whatever. So
Yeah, you can't be telling that to everybody. You gotta keep that.
The secret's out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the workout stuff is good fun. Like to me, it's one of my favorite part of the days. Like knowing coming on shift. Yeah, we gotta do all our other stuff.
Of course.
Stuff we need for do, but then knowing like, oh, okay, it's like a little stress reliever at the end of the day. Or beginning of the day, depending how everybody's feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good stuff.
So good. I'm biased in this too because this is my world of like PT and training, but I think what you just said, Malu, like sometimes I don't realize the stress that I'm carrying until I start working out, and then I'm like, whoa, this week was kind of heavy. You know, there's a lot that happened this week, and then stress kind of comes out sometimes when I'm on the bike because the bike puts me at lactic threshold, but it puts me in like a fight or flight state sometimes. And then when I'm in that state, I recognize, why am I mad? You know, why am I emotional? And I don't realize sometimes the stress that I was carrying. And so much benefit around, especially in your guys' world, of the nature of being a first responder. You're going to carry trauma because people aren't calling 911 when things are going well. They're calling 911 because something went sideways. Someone died, someone has to get rescued. So the nature of your guys' job is you're going to go through stress, trauma. And PT is such a clear way to offload some of that stress. But I think too, like Cap, you were saying this, because we don't know what day it is that we're going to get that call, this is something we can do every day. But actually, it's a safe environment because no one's dying on the other end. You know what I mean? Like there's no one's life at stake, but I'm getting into a similar stressful, threshold, high heart rate situation with my team, with my guys that I'm on shift with, but it's a safe environment and I can fail and no one's gonna die, right? So then I can put myself through these scenarios almost in a way to figure out what I have, where my capacity is at, and it's a safe environment to fail. So that when it actually does happen, we've been through 100 iterations, and now someone's life is on the line. Hey, we do this every day, guys. Just another day at the office. We got this, right? That's what I noticed with some of the other teams, is their confidence has gone up so much because they go through this style of shared suffering together, right?
And that's and on top of that, we mental health wise, I can use kind of touching on in the mornings when we exchanging shifts in the mornings, we always sit around and talk star, and that's a time that we have to kind of check in with each other. But also when we're working out together, that's another time. We're kind of checking with each other. Sometimes you're feeling good, sometimes you're not. We all get lives outside of here.
Yeah, of course.
This is truly one family outside of our family. We live here a third of the year.
Spend a lot of time together. Yeah.
It is.
It's good. So good. I think I noticed something too. As men, we're maybe not the most inclined to just sit down and start talking about how I feel, what's coming up, what might be hard in marriage, about parenting, about life, about, like you said, we all got lives outside of this. But after PT, I'm a little bit more open. You know what I mean? Like after I went through suffering and I see, I was working out next to Jason, we're suffering together, I'm a little bit more open to being like, hey, you know what? Had a hard day, right? Hey, stuff at home is a little bit tough right now. I could, you know what I mean? And just the act of saying it out loud already takes it a little bit more off my shoulders, right? Sharing it with a brother, whatever it might be. So the last question, and this is part of like, I don't know, with Hawaii First Responder and Hawaii Fitness Foundation, a big thing that I'm pushing for is like, I feel so grateful that I get to be in this sort of conversation around you guys, hearing about your guys' day in and day out, some of the benefits that you guys see, the mindset. I get to see a day in the life more than most people. But I'm thinking, man, I would have killed for this when I was in high school. I would have been so grateful to be around this when I was younger, because we all have our family dynamics. Maybe you did have a dad in your life. Maybe you didn't have a dad in your life. Maybe you never had uncle, older brother that was helping guide or push you in a certain direction. And I try as much as I can to let the younger generation see you guys in your job and in your career, but also in your humanity, right? As you guys, as good men in our community. And so part of that is I always ask the same question whenever I'm doing the interviews. And so if it was your own self when you were in high school, or whether you actually have, kids around you, I know Kauai, you're sharing about some young guys around you right now, but if you had input or like feedback, if you had a high schooler in front of you right now that didn't know what they wanted to do, and you could give them something to motivate them, to inspire them, to nudge them in the right direction, what input would you give them? And that could be around being a firefighter, or that could just be in life in general as a man, as a young man coming up. But what sort of advice would you give to younger generation that might watch this video?
Easy question. I guess for me, community is really important to us. So I kind of base a lot off of that because of what we gain from the community. You know what I mean? Like my dad, he was very instrumental in or made a point to show giving back, and helping others, but was also the community, the uncles, the aunties, everybody, coaches, whatnot.
Yeah.
So for me, it's the community. So I would say, trying to find your way. For me, it's just continue out there and gain life experience.
It's good.
Don't let an opportunity go by without taking advantage of it. Don't turn it down an opportunity because you never know where you're going to end up.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
Even though we wanted to be firefighters when he was young, at that time it's just a dream. You know what I mean? I never actually think I was going to be doing this.
Yeah.
But the more life experience I think you can gain, and building your skills, life skills, as you grow, and then finding one way. I think this is the important part of taking those skills and using them to give back to your community.
It's good.
We lucky. This is a place where we can do that. It's our job, and it's so rewarding at the end of the day. So, for me, that's what I would say. Just don't turn down an opportunity.
Yeah.
Build your life skills and then find a way to give back using.
I love that. Solid.
I think, a couple of the things that was, reiterated to me by my dad was like, make good choices, especially when you're young. Your decisions today could affect you tomorrow or years from now.
It's real life.
So, and then like even that, along with that is like surround yourself with good people.
Yeah.
Like one thing is like, I was told when I was young by my grandpa and my dad was like, if you hang around in the bathroom long enough, you can come out smelling like shit, So you're only as good as the people you surround yourself with. And like with us right now, like what Cap was saying, like this station, like our crew right now is like on second family.
Yeah.
So it's like we all kind of motivate each other, like at work and outside of work. So surround yourself with good people that can, keep you ambitious, like drive you to be better, in life in general.
So good.
And just like what Cap said, like don't let opportunity pass you by. If you have one goal, then set things up for achieve that goal. Don't just sit on it, because goals without actions is just dreams.
That's right.
So
make a plan.
Yeah, make a plan, get it done.
It's good.
Yeah, good stuff what they're saying, but one of the things growing up, my parents used to tell me was enjoy high school is the best time of your life. And you don't understand that till you graduate and you gotta go work and you get responsibilities now. So my advice would be enjoy high school before you get your different set of responsibilities. Enjoy this time because it's gonna go by fast. Make the most of it, make good choices, and then especially to the newer generation, put down the phone, go outside and work with your hands. Especially if you like being a firefighter, you gotta get outside.
It's good.
Do physical things, work with your hands, you gotta
some
learn,
skills.
Blue collar stuff,
It's good.
Besides just playing on the phone. I think, if you like being a firefighter, you gotta do that. Because sometimes we get guys that they don't know there's a screwdriver or a hammer, so. That's all I get.
Yeah, because I get so much life experience for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
graduated a few years ago.
Yourself, around good people.
Marlo, how old are you though?
I'm 22.
22?
Yeah.
Let's go. That's awesome.
But yeah, similar to what they were saying, just the people you surround yourself with is good and kind of, I would say, it's kind of like make and break what your path can look like. I would like to say I'm super lucky who I was around and the people that kind of pushed me, and then hopefully I helped push them too. But I would definitely say that's a main contributor. And just go out, like what Jesse's saying, work hard, honest work, can never go wrong.
Honest work.
Yeah, I think that's about.
It's good. We
all
get
my
we
life
get kind of like
experience.
a spectrum, you know, like we get how many years you've been 20 years, right? And then down to how many years? 2 years, right? You get a good spectrum of like, hey, this is my input, right? It's healthy. Just from what you guys are saying, it resonates. Community is a big part of it, right? But it's also what everyone's saying about who you surround yourself with, and it actually is available to all of us, even though you may not see it immediately or think it. There is community around you available, and it's good. I think always trying to look for ways to inspire the younger generation in these ways. Not saying everybody got to be a firefighter, although it's a great job and a great thing for them to pursue. But Killer, thank you guys for this interview, and thank you guys for your service to our community.
Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, that's a wrap.